You thought you knew the difference between good and evil. You were wrong. If you watched our last video about Enoch's prophecy that everything you thought made you a good person has actually been pushing you toward the second group, and the clock is ticking, you learned that humanity is splitting into two groups, the righteous who will transcend and the wicked who will perish. But here's what will shock you. The characteristics that determine which group you belong to are nothing like what you've been taught. In fact, some of you watching this right now are going to discover, let me show you the signs that Enoch revealed, the hidden markers that expose which destiny awaits you. Social media algorithms, echo chambers, the constant need for validation, these aren't accidents. They're the very mechanisms Enoch predicted would separate the wheat from the tares. The first sign is the most disturbing, the pursuit of comfort over truth. But the wicked always have a line they won't cross. They'll talk about morality. If your answer is yes, you've just revealed something terrifying about yourself. But when it costs them something real, they'll compromise. Enoch warns that those destined for destruction will choose pleasant lies over uncomfortable truths. They can sit in silence. They can face hard truths about themselves and the world. They use entertainment and technology as tools, not escapes. They'd fill every moment with noise, entertainment, busyness, anything to avoid facing themselves. They'll stay silent when they should speak up. They'll abandon their principles when it becomes inconvenient. They'll choose self-preservation over doing what's right. They'll surround themselves with people who tell them what they want to hear. He's talking about making material success your god. The righteous can be rich or poor. They'll follow trends, adopt popular opinions, do whatever it takes to fit in. They're terrified of being judged, rejected, or standing alone. But they never let possessions define their worth. The more signs you show, the harder it becomes to change course. It's like a spiritual gravity that pulls you deeper into the second group. They'll speak unpopular truths. They'll live by their principles even when it makes them social outcasts. They care more about being right than being liked. The wicked, however, measure everything by material standards, money, status symbols. If you stay silent when you should speak up because you're afraid of what others will think, if you've ever compromised your values to fit in, that you're willing to examine uncomfortable truths about yourself, suggests you might still have a chance. The fact that you're watching this video, you have to want truth more than you want to be right. And soon, very soon, your destiny will be sealed. You have to want transformation more than you want to stay the same. But I'm warning you, these aren't easy changes. Because missing our next video might be the difference between transcendence and destruction. The prophecy is unfolding, and your time to choose is running out. If you're ready to discover what true transformation looks like, then subscribe to Divine Seeker right now and hit that notification bell. They require a level of commitment that most people aren't willing to make. You're showing the sixth sign. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Constantly working to improve, never satisfied with their current level of character. If silence makes you uncomfortable, volunteer occasionally. Follow the rules. We show you the ancient practices that Enoch himself used to become so righteous that God took him directly to heaven without death. Pay their taxes. They'll compare themselves to others and feel superior. If you binge watch shows to avoid thinking about your problems, not because they've genuinely changed at their core. If you're always busy but never productive, you're showing the fourth sign. Social media likes, career achievements. They'll avoid information that challenges their worldview. They'll live in carefully constructed bubbles of self-deception. Sound familiar? If you find yourself getting angry when your beliefs are challenged, if you automatically dismiss information that makes you uncomfortable, if you've unfriended people because they posted something that contradicted your worldview, you might be exhibiting the first sign of the second group. If you judge others by what they own rather than who they are, if you spend more time building your image than your character, you're showing the second sign. The second sign, the worship of material success. But here's the twist. Enoch isn't talking about being wealthy. If your self-worth rises and falls with your bank account, the third sign will terrify you: the inability to truly sacrifice. Is there anything you truly wouldn't sacrifice if it meant standing up for what's right? Enoch reveals that the righteous are marked by their willingness to give up anything: comfort, popularity, even their lives, for what's right. They'll lie to avoid consequences, always consuming but never truly satisfied. Ask yourself, the fourth sign, the addiction to distraction. Enoch prophesied that the wicked would become slaves to endless distractions. The righteous, however, can be alone with their thoughts. If you can't go a day without your phone, it's based on external actions, not internal transformation. They do good things to feel good about themselves. The fifth sign is the most shocking: the illusion of goodness. Here's what will blow your mind. Enoch warns that many in the second group will actually think they re good people. They'll donate to charity, but their goodness is superficial. The truly righteous don't think they're good. They're too busy actually becoming better. They're obsessed with their own flaws. If you think you're a good person, that might be the most dangerous sign of all. The sixth sign, the fear of being different. Enoch reveals that the wicked will always conform to the crowd. The righteous, however, are willing to be misunderstood. If you change your opinions based on what's popular. But here's the most terrifying part. Enoch warns that these signs compound. However, and this is crucial, recognizing these signs in yourself is actually the first step toward escape. But time is running out. Enoch prophesied that there would come a point where the separation becomes irreversible. Some scholars believe we're approaching that point now. In our next video, we'll reveal the specific practices that can shift you from the second group to the first. If you're serious about changing your destiny, if you're tired of living a superficial life, because what we're about to reveal in the next video could literally save your soul. But here's the thing, you have to want it more than you want comfort. The sorting is accelerating. The signs are becoming more obvious. Which group will you choose to be in? Subscribe to Divine Seeker now.